in games, so yeah, definitely a strong champion. I want to see what is the first pick meta. Of course.
Oh my
We're getting
word.
it. We're getting it. That's a great first pick. I love to see it.
So, Yone, straight out the gate. Now, do you think we have some fun shenanigans? Like, it's a duo lane. Do you think you see like a Yone Yasuo bottom lane or something? If Dracos was here, I know he'd be preaching about it because I've seen him do it. But whether or not it'll happen, I don't know. Also, notice the faces now on TCL. A little bit more serious. The smiles, the laughter, that is now lost.
Yeah, I mean, this Pantheon hover, I want to see like a Yone Pantheon mid. That would be brilliant. But honestly, any champion that has a point-and-click stun versus these kind of, you know, squishy but loves to dance around and be irritating like Yone, they're pretty irritating to play against as well into that sense. So Pantheon's a good pick up here. I'm actually curious to see if like the first half of the draft is all kind of like for fun. And then when you see the picks coming through, LEC's like, pfft, you guys can't pick those try-out champions, and then they start rolling in the proper bans and the proper picks and stuff.
Oh, I really don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, you just gotta go full meme, lads. That's where it's at. Look at the smiles on their faces, honestly. Selfmade's having a great time right here. I want to see what he whips out as well. He's gone up against that Lillia. It's gonna be good stuff.
We still don't know what is gonna be happening now with the rest of this draft, right? I want to see some craziness. Still big smiles and laughs. Hover on Taliyah for the time being, and it is locked in. Where do you expect this to go? So
Taliyah is a really interesting case because she's been lost to the sands of time.
Yes.
But she got recently buffed to make her Q, her threaded volley, doesn't do reduced damage after the first tier, which is really good in the jungle specifically. I think it's good anywhere you go, to be perfectly honest. So I think that's, I'm gonna say that could be a self-made Taliyah.
Okay.
If it's not self-made, it's either gonna be support or mid. But when I look at Hylisang, I'm like, really, mate? You're playing an All-Stars and you're going to pick Taliyah support?
Now,
I don't think
the thing is, right, earlier on Selfmade stream, I think Dracos was saying that they might not play their assigned roles. And I'm going to read into this for a brief moment.
Do it.
But Humanoid has Flash Smite. And it's currently could play that Taliyah in the jungle if they were going to role swap.
Yes.
I would love to see like a Bwipo Hylisang duo lane and see if like Hylisang plays Ashe and Bwipo plays, I don't know, Yone or something.
Yes.
Over on the other side, Zeitnot will be locking in Jhin. Zeitnot, arguably the most famous TCL player. Definitely a guy that's been around for a very, very long time. You could argue the most successful, the most impressive player from the TCL. And he's got himself a pretty signature bot lane going up against that Ashe. And now we're jumping into phase 2 bans. Bwipo's Rengar. This is a target ban, by the way.
Yeah,
you might remember it. Whether you like it or not, this was a signature pick towards the end of the 2020 season.
Yeah, and just to mention as well with that Ashe pick, that could be Ashe support. We've seen that too, by the way. Ashe support is a thing in the preseason. Nivea ban, another one that might be a little bit surprising, considering, you know, if this is the first professional League of Legends match that you've seen in a while. What the hell is Nivea doing in the bans? There's no frogging in this game. This isn't 2012. But now she got buffed as well, and she's pretty bloody bonkers too. As whatever you want to play her, in the mid, in the support role, even in top lane.
Nunu's busted as well. We were talking in prep for the event and talking about research. Nunu Amumu terrorizing solo queue and performing very well. Obviously, a lot of the tank itemization sort of favoring them a little bit. Let's be honest with that.
Just a teeny bit. Yeah, Nunu, so Amumu drew like all of the heat in preseason for being one of the most broken tanks, so he got loads of nerfs. Nunu was really just like sleeper being disgusting. Okay, you know what? Screw talking about
Kraken Slayer? Are we going to see Kraken Slayer Katarin or not? What would you build?
Okay, yes. Bather and King, Kraken Slayer, do it.
Please, please, please.
There's so many things you can do on Katarin. I've seen Riftmaker, I've seen Night Harvester, with Lichbane, I've seen so many things. What do you like? Because I've only played ARAM Katarina and I've just got Kraken Slayer. I like that. I like the AD builds in it. I really do. But I don't know what to say. what we're gonna see necessarily. I mean, this is beautiful.
Okay, Alistar locked in. Right, so this gives us a little bit more indication, right? Ashe, Alistar bottom lane, Yone mid or top, Taliyah jungle, and then we need to see what this last lock-in will be.
I want to see Alistar jungle.
Okay.
It's not going to be it, but I want to see Alistar jungle.
Fair. We've got a few days of All-Star, right? We've got a few days of All-Star, so it could happen. If Swain gets locked in, that's going to be a Bwipo pick for sure. And the last second switch, the Broken Blade Riven is now locked in.
That's blind as well, mind you. So that's pretty ballsy.
I wonder if this is like an ego matchup. Look at Armut's grin.
Yeah.
Riven Fiora. This takes me a few years back as well.
Look how long he was holding that grin for as well. Like, he was really happy about that one. But no, we're getting the Jayce most likely into the Riven there. Any kind of ranged matchup into melee is a little bit hard to play against. But you know what? If that is Taliyah or Alistar jungle,
yes.
I don't want to write off the Alistar yet, although maybe, you know, whatever. Let's say it could be either one. They're both very gank-heavy junglers.
A few extra seconds to play. Okay, let's wait for these comps to now swap around before we discuss like how they're actually going to play, and you need to help me on this one.
Please stay like that. No, it's not going to be.
Yeah, it looks...
I want it, mate. I want it. It's not happening.
No, it's not going to be the jungle. Not going to be the jungle. Blue, of course, one of the other TCL members coming here over to the LEC, going to be joining SK. He has got that mid Katarin coming up against, currently, it's Humanoid's Taliyah, or expected most likely Selfmade's Yone.
Yeah.
I would anticipate. Do you think the LEC All-Stars would maybe swap Riven out of that Jayce matchup? I mean, both of them are going to suck. Hello! Yes, welcome!
The LEC elves here have been working hard to make sure everything goes swimmingly. I reckon if you're a mid laner that's getting swapped into jungle, you pick someone like Taliyah. You know, because mage, you're probably familiar with Taliyah, and you can't play a Zir jungle, so Humanoid's got no other choice. So I think it's self-made mid, legit.
Self-made mid then with the Yone coming up against Katarin, and then obviously Bwipo's Riven into Armut Jayce. How do you think these comps are going to play out? I feel like there's a fair amount of poke on the side of the TCL representatives. Not the strongest front line, and I think like as far as in
front line, Trevs, mate, come on. Boring. I don't want to hear that word.
I came in expecting like tanks.
Yeah, okay. That's, you know what, that's fair. I'll let you off on that one. I will let you off, but you're right. You know, we're not, you know, Alice is the closest thing we're going to get to Tonki, and Hylisang obviously full AP with that one, for obvious reasons. So we'll see what's going to happen in game. I'm expecting a lot of attention drawn from the LEC to that heavy ganking style. There's a lot of good ganks set up. There's a lot of these high ego lanes as well that you want to camp, because if they don't get first blood, they're going to rage quit the game. Yone and Riven, probably two of the highest ones guilty of doing that. And Taliyah can gang pretty hard as well. So I'm expecting to see a lot of action coming out of the LEC. And TCL maybe more of a standard draft here with powerful meta picks.
Okay, let's take a look down the keystones. Are we seeing anything crazy? Dark Harvest, Electrocutes, nothing out of the ordinary that I can see thus far. And Foxy, you're going to have to guide me through now itemization, especially during the early stages like predictions, right? I have not watched very many games on the preseason, obviously, because there hasn't been very many, right? So I'm going to be learning this one along with the viewers
enough of my stream, mate.
As well.
Every day I'm there putting the content out.
If it's not an esports event, I don't watch the stream. That's just a personal thing, personal preference.
Okay.
But I really am hoping. I just want to see Kraken Slayer Katarin. It is so fun to play. And I'm just hoping it happens, but I don't know if it will. So.
Yeah, well, so we're starting with Dark Seal, which would indicate more of an AP build. However, Dark Seal right now in preseason is one of the stronger items because it stacks ridiculously high. You can get something like 60 AP off of it, if I'm not mistaken. For an item that costs nothing, basically. It's really cheap. So if you get snowballing, and I'm not, remind me, Travis, I know I'm meant to be the color, and I'm meant to bring the analysis a bit, but Katarin, is she a snowbally type champion?
I'm going to check my notes. Yes, is the answer.
So
that is absolutely the case.
That can be quite dangerous on Katarin. So that's going to be fun. Plus you're against a
similar style champion.
I was going to flame Selfmade and say he's auto-filled, but that's what I'm going to say. Selfmade's here, he's getting gone.
Careful here, Batman. Robin's making a move on Selfmade. Selfmade's going to be able to escape that one. But we'll be able to at least challenge Humanoid for a brief moment. That threaded volley will steal away the raid. So it's kind of been a swap of raids for the time being. Blue buff is still up for Robin and the TCL. Selfmade's going to be able to shimpo forward. Off-roll Selfmade solo killed by Blue. Now all of a sudden Humanoid's in a little bit of trouble. Flashing forward, Blue gets dunked down by the threaded volley. And it's a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, a bit of more you could chew that. Blue had his flash. Yeah, he knew where Humanoid was. Blue had it all, but apparently Blue got no clue. He's still going to go down, but Armut instead. Yeah,
here he comes. Put the hammer down. The minefield is just behind him. Shock blast and the threaded volley will continue to tag 105 HP. And Armut's going to be able to escape. Thing is, Foxdrop, this will set the tone, I think, for the rest of the weekend, right?
I mean, we were 2 minutes 58 seconds in. And this is what we've witnessed so far. So I'm very excited for the rest of All-Stars. It started off with an absolute bang so far. I'm curious to see whether that's just like a really bloodthirsty start. You get your first recalls in here, you start playing a teeny weeny bit more standard instead. And unfortunately, I can confirm that Blue has purchased an amp time.
Oh, okay.
So this is probably going to be, I would imagine, the Night Harvester Lich Bane build instead from Blue. Like I say, could be Riftmaker as well if he wants to. Now,
I'm not the color here, Foxdrop.
Yes.
So I'm going to need you to help me with a little bit of analysis. But this Katarin pick is a snowball champion, right?
Yeah.
That got first blood.
Yes.
Solo kill.
Yes.
Against
Still has a flash.
Roll mid laner in
Yes.
Selfmade.
Yes.
Which you've already thrown under the bus and have no confidence in. That's how I read that.
I didn't say it, but
yeah, it was heavily implied. It was heavily implied.
Yeah, it's a good start if that's the point you're getting at.
That's what I was trying to get to.
Optimal start for Katarin, yeah, and perhaps one might even say suboptimal on the side of Fnatic and Friends.
Taking a look at Summoner spells here, I actually missed the exchange as I'm taking it through some of my notes, but Zeitnot's missing his flash, Hylisang missing his flash as well, plus 16 CS. For Hans Summer's Ashe coming up against Zeitnot's Jhin. So definitely been bullied around, and I think losing that flash means under a bit of pressure. So we will need to keep track of that. Zeitnot has been able to clear most of this wave, so he's about a wave and a half down. But that can start to sting if TCL aren't able to bring it under control.
Stinging, do you see that? Robin used his smite and still didn't manage to secure that.
Locked onto the wall, flashed away. Selfmade will get tagged. There goes Blue with a Shumpo in. Flash out to safety. The kill secured by Robin's Lillia, and Hylisang will be able to find the stun. That's pushed back by Humanoid. Now all of a sudden the headbutt away. Blue goes down, taken out by Humanoid. Robin's running for his life. 200 HP for Japone, 100 for Robin. Flash away from the threaded volley. It's still a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, 1-for-1 right there, but that was really hairy. I was expecting Blue to pick up quite a few there, and that would have been really, really devastating. For the LEC, because Katarin, man, scary champion, you don't want to be giving kills to her. Speaking of Riven,
that's a knockback from Armut, the dunk down from Bwipo. Solo kill in the top lane.
Welcome to the LEC, baby. Armut, you can expect much more of that kind of stuff. This is it. Armut is Mad Lion's new top laner. We saw Armut at Worlds 2020, and he was really good, honestly. He was one of my favorite top lanes to watch in that tournament. And he's really solid here, but it just goes to show the strength of Bwipo on that Riven pick as well. And here we go, we're going to see it one more time, because it starts off with an invade from the TCL with Robin onto the chickens, as Lillia does. But then they just go a little bit too deep, and this is where I get really worried for the LEC, because I felt like Blue was going to go in here, maybe pick something up, and, you know, she's got that Dark Seal, she's got it all going for her, but no! Humanoid, despite being in the jungle role, apparently this game is still Omega Jungle Diff, as every League of Legends game is. Speaking of jungle diff, Humanoid!
How did that happen? I can only imagine Japone was going to ward or something, and Humanoid just roaming through the river. He's 3-0 on his quote-unquote jungle Taliyah. The LEC are up 1,000 gold over the TCL, and they're looking to dunk down on Zeitnot now.
Zeitnot, mate, you've got nowhere to go here.
Nope.
Buddy. He's going to try his best to clear out the minion wave so that he doesn't get popped, but I'm...
Look at this. Now that's not done yet. There's another kill in the mid lane as Robin is playing to Blue, just like Batman was to Robin. Japone's coming in. There's a lot of damage onto Humanoid, so it's 2 more kills, but the Swirl Seed will just about miss. As Japone's continuing to chase down 40. Only level 4, no flash, no ignite. Here comes Blue. Here comes Robin. It's 2-2-1 on Blue's Katarin, and the Swirl Seed will go over the wall, but will not be able to find a target. So TCL, they at least get something a little earlier, but the problem is they're starting to be outpaced by the LEC.
Yes, terrifying stuff here as well when you're staring down 4-0 Taliyah. With those recent buffs, make her a pretty strong jungler. I mean, Taliyah was always good when she had kills. It was just that she wasn't able to clear the jungle. And when you're a jungler, that tends to be a pretty useful trait. And when you can't kill those monsters, you kind of suck. And she doesn't need to worry about that anymore because she has 4 kills. We'll talk about the mid lane here, though, instead. When you're playing a champion like... Oh, my goodness, Selfmade, you just ran this down, didn't you?
Oh, my word!
What even was that, man?
I don't understand. I was looking at the minimap. There was no vision either. Selfmade pushing the lane all the way up to Blue under tower. And he
straight out of my solo queue game into All-Stars, Selfmade L9 Yone with the intense 0 and 3 star. I'm loving loving this so far. This is brilliant.
Now, fortunately, despite the weight that Selfmade is imposing on the team,
yes,
Humanoid has been able to open up the backpack and put Selfmade in at 4-0 on the Taliyah. And now look at this. Hylisang has been unlocked. He's already roaming up to the top lane. Armut does a flash available to him. He will change to the hammer form. Put the shock down, change back, and flash forward, misses the shock blast. Bwipo comes in, headbutt, pulverize, and Humanoid will get his 5th of the game. He is now unstoppable. Once again, Selfmade in trouble. This time around, it was Japone who was running to help out Blue.
And the best part about that packet, that play right there, was that the observers switched spots between mid and jungle on the scoreboard there. So now it's a bit easier for us to track.
Thank you very much,
observers. You're the star of this show, just like Humanoid as well, right there, sitting on 5-0, 500 gold.
Do you have faith in a 5-0 Taliyah to be able to take over the game? Right?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
She's already taken over the game.
Touche. Okay, touche. Fair point, fair point, fair point. But what I was trying to maybe get at, look at the goal difference there on your screen, is that while there's the 5-0 Taliyah, Blue's Katarin currently 2-2-1, still working towards his first real build, you know, still thrift shopping. I think I'm more afraid of the potential of, you know, medium-fed Katarina than a very fed Taliyah. As we jump to the top lane and Armut just gets dunked on. Absolutely obliterated as Hylisang stuck around, and there goes Blue. Very easy Shumpo to safety.
That's cheeky. Yeah, I mean, so to your point, like, which one's going to carry harder, the Taliyah or the Katarina? So I think the problem with Katarin, which is why you don't see her a lot in pro play, is like, yes, in solo queue, she just picks everyone up, she one-shots them, she's great in small skirmishes, and if you don't have the tools to deal with her, there's just no counterplay. But the thing is, I reckon, you know, when you're in organized play, you do have the tools to deal with her. Even someone just like Alistar or like Riven's W or anything like that, it's going to be hard.
Like Hilly.
Yeah,
there he comes. There's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Tagging after the headbutt. That's a shutdown onto Humanoid. Blue escaped with his life for now. Handsome is trying to chase him down. Here comes Bwipo as well. Stands on a ward. Is rooted into place by the deadly flourish. He's going to look for the stun. Finds him to Zeitnot. Still his flash and heal. Didn't use it. Zeitnot is deleted where he stands. Hansama gets one as another lands for Selfmade. The first of the game for himself. But TCL, 2,000 gold down. Robin is being hunted by Hylisang. Will channel the Hex Flash over the wall and continues to chase. Selfmade's gone hunting here, Foxdrop, and I don't know if they can find themselves Bambi. He's going to be able to escape for now.
Yeah, I don't think Bambi is going to go down in this one. Although, to be fair, it never was Bambi that went down. Let's be real. That's an asterisk right there. That's a Frankenstein's monster right there. You know, if we're being technical about it. But still, you know what the worst thing about that right there, though? Yes, it looked like a fairly even play, and, you know, Jhin dying without using summoners, saving that for next All-Stars, that's fine. But Selfmade has ruined his 0-10 power spike.
Yeah, he has.
And that is a real problem, because I'm not sure how effective Yone can be without that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's definitely troubling, and I'm going to be looking forward. Not looking forward in a positive way, but as we look forward,
it's a worrying trend.
Yes,
some might say.
Some might say.
Some might say. Here comes Humanoid. Throws down the wall, and Zeitnot cannot escape. If you look at Hylisang roaming over, we'll be able to get that headbutt. We'll not be able to land the pulverize, but the threaded volley is blocked by the minions. Some autos onto Zeitnot, down to around 60 HP, and the flourish is sidestepped. Swellseed won't find its target either. Here comes Japone looking for Selfmade. Blue doesn't really have any CC to work with here as Selfmade's able to escape. And also the points you're bringing up, almost every single member of the LEC squad can interrupt that Death Lotus. As Zeitnot will use his summoners this time around. He flashed earlier, get himself caught out and shut down there by Humanoid. But here comes Japone. We'll chuck the spears out. Lands the shield, and after the TP, the shock blast finds a counter from the TCL. All
right, Armut's on the board, but here comes Selfmade right here. He's going to snap back to reality, and that's only about like half of his health going down. I would favor that into for Yone, but Armut's going in as well.
Oh, look at the damage coming up from Japone. Not going to be enough to find the kill, and now Hylisang's in trouble. Changing back to that.
Oh, the fadeaway ignite. That's it. He's done.
So it'll be a 2-for-1 trade in the bottom lane. But of course, Humanoid did go down just a little bit earlier, so it actually makes a 3-for-1 in comparison.
Yeah, a slow burner right there from Hylisang, but it doesn't need to be fast. As long as they go down at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And Selfmade, mate, you know you go back to the... Yeah, it's like, I see this all the time.
Is this a first-time Yone? Can we find out what's happening here? Seismic Shove won't find his target. Blue's going to be able to escape for now. As the Swell Seed and the Blooming Blows continues to spam out from Robin. He is in some trouble as here comes Bwipo, and he'll just get the dunk down. managing to use that blade. The hops, the skips, the jump. Bwipo, by the way, quietly building up killing spree here, 4, 1, and 3.
Yeah, Bwipo's having a great job right there. But you know what? All set up by Selfmade and his stellar Yone play that baited the enemy team in to commit, thinking they had a free kill there. And you look at Blue's player cam. He's distraught. In such a high-stakes game to be going down right here. 4 kills when you had the first blood. Not in a happy spot, but I can tell you right here, we've got Mythics starting to come through completed and Hylisang. Be careful, Zeitnot,
This is awesome. Gonna get stunned up. Here comes Bwipo.
He's out.
If he can land the key burst, I think there'll be just about enough damage. There it is. The Valor for the shield. Broken wings into one another, and Humanoid will clean that one up. That's a kill steal if ever I've seen one. He's going to try to escape for his life, but now all of a sudden, the LEC are caught out. Armut's going to go forward. That's a fantastic stun, but Japone will get the kill. Hylisang will be the next target. It's smacked in the face by Lillia. And here comes Selfmade. Manages to land the combo this time around. With the help of Hansama, we'll be able to pick up yet another kill. 16 to 10 as Humanoid was dropped at the back half of the fight. I didn't see how he got taken down.
But he got shut down, most importantly, right there. That's a loss of gold in a Robin's pocket. And he's now 4-1 and 2 with his Mythic completed, the Night Harvester, which I think is kind of surprising for Lillia. Lillia was a Leandries champion before season, whatever season this preseason
Season 11,
is. Thank
we're
you.
in 2021.
Jeez, there's too many seasons nowadays. I'm just an old man.
Are you surprised by anything else? So Eclipse on Armut Jayce. We've got the Gore Drinker for Bwipo's Riven, and then obviously Ludens on Humanoid. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think honestly, all in all, this does make a lot of sense. It's just like, yeah, for me, the only one that is a bit out of place is Lillia's Night Harvester. So Leandries gives you mana as well. It gives the burn, which works really well, and oh my goodness. But Night Harvester is all about the burn.
Man, that is so much damage.
Just like that, exactly.
Well, now they're going to turn their attention to Hansama.
Yeah.
Man, he just gets dunked. I mean, TCL are not out of this. It's a 400 gold game. The European reps were up about 2K just a moment ago. And all of a sudden, the 3-kill difference, 15-minute gold difference is simply insignificant. And this Lillia, 5-1-3, is starting to take over the game. Selfmade has maybe just learned how to play the champion, and he picks himself up the solo, but the death blow just comes out. Yeah. He's looking for the double. Selfmade was just about able to get the 1v2. Is he yet redeemed?
I would say he is 1000% I mean, this is it, man. This is Yone. He completes his mythic item, and there it is. So many champions now in pre-season 11 are like this. You know, it's a bit of a slow game, not necessarily reaching their power spikes, and then the mythic items come through, and bam, suddenly they're unlocked. Suddenly they're mega strong.
To be fair,
2-level different. What is
to be fair,
he's going.
Selfmade's actually using the kit correctly, from what I can see now. I think having the shield bow is obviously going to help out. Running for his life, and Robin will be able to flash, pick himself up his 6th kill of the game for the time being. Gale Force, they picked up by Zeitnot on the Jhin. So Mythic's pretty much across the board. Only Hilly the last one to pick that up. And now you start to get nervous. If you're a European fan looking at this underdog TCL squad, at least that's how it was billed. Maybe the European teams are the underdogs. The stun will come in here on Armut. He continues to run away. Teleport coming down from Bwipo. Support coming in from the TCL. As Japone is now coming for the flank. Therefore, it's a 1-for-1. They've lost Hilly at the exchange of Armut. Bwipo is going to look to just blow up Zeitnot, and he does. With the help of the Tara, Japone will be able to get the counter kill, and now Hansama will shove the wave in. Blue's coming for the chase, and this could be the 38th kill in 17 minutes, Foxdrop.
I'm not sure, though. Humanoid's coming in as well. Hansama does go down. It's a trader kills at the end of the day.
We need 2 play-by-plays for this. This is unstoppable.
It's relentless, Trevor. This is the perfect way to warm me back up to not having done professional casting in a long time.
It's only been a month and a half, right? You know, not really super familiar with the build orders. It's definitely a non-traditional team composition.
But we're having a great time here at all.
Well, listen, I can tell you now, this is the latest first Dragon at All-Stars 2020 for a European representative. I know it's a bold stat to throw out there, Foxdrop.
But I mean, you can take the jungle out of the jungle, but you can't take the
Yeah, just bail out. Just bail out. It was worth a shot.
It's whatever that was I was trying to say, because he's taken the dragon as a mid laner. That's what I'm getting at.
Definitely the case. Let's take a look through as Hylisang is now going to get dunked down. He goes for the headbutt pulverize. That's a multi-mid knock up there from Selfmade. 1-for-1 trade. Blue is blown up where he stands. The crowd control tools are enough to prevent that ultimate from picking up further kills. And now Robin's in trouble. Here comes Bwipo. He's going to throw out the ulti and find the kill. Bwipo is going to continue to just dominate this game. 7, 4, and 4. Got himself that Tiamat picked up as well. And with that Blade of the Exile, he's really just finding assassination after assassination.
So this is the build that you're seeing right here from Bwipo is an absolute punisher. And we're going to see this one again. Hylisang getting caught out. Oh my goodness, have these words ever been spoken before? I think not. But Selfmade flashing forward straight into the ulti to pick 2 people off there. That was absolutely... That's just mad. This guy, he reached the mythic item. He's decided he's just going to become an absolute god. Bwipo really here for the cleanup crew, but I want to talk a little bit about his build because it's the Gourd Drinker going into most likely the Ravenous Hydra.
Yep.
This build is quite common nowadays.
Armut's going to die, so just carry on.
Armut's donezo.
Yeah.
He's
welcome to Europe.
Yeah.
Welcome to the LEC. That's not fair. Welcome to the LEC. That's a better thing to say.
Yeah, just this healing builds are just really strong right now. If you can play champions that abuse them,
okay,
Riven is one of them, and he's got that 2 item now, and you'll see it's just like, yeah, it's really quite.
The thing that's interesting is this game is kind of like Seasword, right? Where LEC got off to a really strong start, picked up a kill advantage, but then all of a sudden TCL picked up their mythics, got themselves a couple kills back, closed the gold gap, and now all of a sudden, in the last 5 minutes, LEC has once again pulled a 2.5K gold lead. It's weird to say this, but like, if you were to set some expectations for the next few minutes, where would you see these guys going? As it looks like it's going to be the Engage. 3 members of the European All-Star squad going to get dunked on, and they turn it around. Blue gets blown up. Before really he can do anything, he needs to have some CC, and I talked about this earlier, Foxdrop. No real front line, not the strongest initiation on the sides of the TCL to support Blue's Katarina. Unfortunately, the poke damage coming out from Jayce, from Armut, will be enough to pick up a kill. Selfmade's going to continue to chase forward. The curtains are called. The double dash forward, not going to be enough to take down Zeitnot, and Robert goes golden. A deadly flourish from downtown. Turkey send their regards before Bwipo sends them back. Bwipo will get taken out now by Japone. Not enough. The shield is enough from Valor. Will he be able to survive the ignite and the Pengu?
Yes.
That is just style points. The life steal, just like you talked about, Foxdrop.
It's the healing, but of course the real MVP of there is Pengu coming through right at the end to save his life. I reckon that was going to be one extra tick if Ignite would have taken him down, but Pengu took it with the dab, bam, takes the Ignite down instead. That was a really back and forth fight. I think the TCL did a lot better than I thought they were going to do in that situation, but as we saw, unfortunately, there's Gale Force Jhin. Beautiful thing to see. You think he's easy to catch out? No, he is not. But look at Blue. He jumps in, but you just can't do that in competitive League of Legends. When there's team coordination, Katarina is so darn hard to play because everyone just knows what they're doing. Everyone's more synchronized in it, and it sucks.
It also felt a little bit like Blue went in too early.
Yeah, he also ended that one big time.
He jumped into the fight.
I was trying to make it a Katarina thing, not a Blue thing.
Yeah. Okay, touche. I see the point, and I raise you, so to speak.
Yeah, it was not the optimal Katarina play for that situation.
One is going to flash away now. This is going to be yet another 5v5. Selfmade's going to be able to dash back in, go back to the original point from that Soul Unbound, and now all of a sudden Hylisang is down. 5 members of TCL chasing Blue this time round, waiting for the opportunity to dash in. Hansama is flashless, still has a cleanse, and that's a snipe onto Zeitnot. A lot of damage coming out there. Banshee's Veil was the second item on Humanoid. He's going to get caught out by that Swirl Seed. Will be able to find himself another kill.
Look at Blue.
Selfmade dashes onto Armut, won't be able to find it, and that's another onto Hansama. And there's that Seesaw back in action. Just as the LEC starts to drop down, the TCL step up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I couldn't ask for anything more out of the first game. Oh, he gets 2 for 1.
Double?
Oh. Yes, that's a 2 for right there. We love to see that. That was beautifully aimed right there. See, if that was me playing Riven, I would have not even killed 1. Bwipo, on the other hand.
57 kills in 22 minutes. How are you meant to shoutcast this?
I mean, I think the clue is in the first part of the word. To shout.
Just shout, okay.
There's not so much casting. It's just, you just go along with it.
I do love the fact that Armut has been bullied so much. And I think it's also fair to say, over the last 20 minutes, you can see that these are mixed teams.
Yeah.
I think the coordination leaves a little bit to be desired.
I don't know what you're... I'm getting everything I desire out of this game.
Sorry, look at Blue. He's in hysterical laughter. That turned to sadness right at the end of the clip, but it was laughter at the beginning, I swear.
You know, I do feel a little bit bad for Armut because we've said welcome to LEC like 2 or 3 times this game. We haven't said it once for Blue, who is SK's new mid laner, by the way.
Yes, I appreciate that. Wearing the colours, of course, as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's probably why they're hiding him.
Here comes Armut. Oh. The Ashe arrow sidestep. Nice. There's fancy feet there. Nicely done. Got those Lucy boots, and Selfmade will be able to land the kill at the end of the day. Hylisang's going to look for some CC. Headbutt actually knocks Zeitnot to safety there. I think his flash, I thought he used Gale Force as well, just got the distance he needed to cover. So 5v4, the second dragon was just picked up. That was a fantastic flash. Managing to get the Weaver's Wall down as well. Zeitnot's going to be jumped on by Hansama. In the back end of the fight, Bwipo and Selfmade will double team Blue, turn their attention to Japone. Selfmade gets the knock up. The autos will secure the kill, and Robin escapes with his life. The last man standing into the Sherwood Forest.
Selfmade is just too good. Why did they spend all this off-season with drama about who they're going to replace in mid lane? They could just stuck him in.
There you go.
Let's get a new jungler. Like, what's this about?
He needs to work on his laning phase just a tad.
That's maybe true.
But the rest of the game has been fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be flying from downtown. But look at this. This is going to be Baron here. 5-man stack, correction, 4-man stack from LEC. And it will be secured safely. There's no one from the TCL that can come in range to steal this one away. 24 minutes as the Red Bull Baron power play has started. Yeah,
there it is, our first Baron of the game, and I wasn't sure if we'd be seeing it at all because the teams are too busy killing each other, as we're going to see in this clip. It was a little bit unfortunate for Blue that he couldn't get the resets, couldn't get those spins going because Bwipo just didn't die fast enough with all that healing. Even if you have anti-healing, when there are more options for anti-healing nowadays, it's just not a thing. And Blue now as well, picking up that Lich Bane. As I alluded to at the beginning of the game, Lich Bane now doesn't give you mana, so a lot more champions are picking this up. And this Night Harvest of Lich Bane's a really strong 2-item combo that a lot of AP champions, especially the more damage focused or the assassins, are picking this up, and it's crazy good once you get both.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the other builds. Black Cleaver was now the 3rd item for Bwipo Riven. Makes a lot of sense in terms of the rest of the build. Infinity Edge picked up for Selfmade after the shield bow. You know, what do you make of the builds here? And then maybe let's touch on Robin, as he's going to be the target. He just gets blown up. You know, gone Hourglass second. You know, so what do you make of the itemization thus far?
Yeah, I think honestly, like, there's a lot of damage across the board, and that's what you want to see. Like, we've even got a death cap coming in here from Humanoid as well. You're seeing a lot more champions kind of lean into the damage side of things. And I think Zeitnot as well, once he can... Oh, there we go.
Man, that's so much damage. Broken Wings into the key burst, lands a multi-man stun, and that allows Humanoid to just come in and clean up. Now, with Baron empowered minions, 40-second death time. This could be the final push, Foxdrop. That's 5 members of the LEC. They definitely got knocked around in the mid-game, but they landed more punches than they've taken. Blue's going to run back into the base. Bwipo is playing Guardian. Will be able to find himself the stun once again. Continues to dash forward. The volley comes in from Hansama. Robin's going to be the next target. Seismic shove, not going to be enough to knock him back into the European hands. And that's the knock-up for the Ace. The TCL are now losing their Nexus turrets. League of Legends European Championship All-Stars are now going for the fountain dive. They jump onto Japone. He gets himself 2. Robin picks up the 3rd. Hansama's left for dead. And I'm not sure if that's style points or throwing, but they are having a ton of fun.
Man, I mean, I just love watching this game. Like, it's just... I think you step a little bit too far forward here with Humanoid. Like, he dies before anything even starts. Oh, someone, come on, bro. You got to throw yourself in. You can't be afraid of getting your feet wet in the fountain. You just got to go for it. He had
no flash available, no Gale Force. He couldn't throw himself in there, right? Okay?
Mate, where there's a will, there's a way. That's what I say. You know?
27 minutes, 72 kills, 2 dragons, a Baron, a fountain fiesta. That's what we call that. That was a fountain fiesta.
Yes, I like that.
If ever I've seen one. Now the comeback is on. TCL, they've got the time they need to build up their items. The 4 and 10, Katarin has activated that 10 death power spike, right?
0 stack Dark Seal as well.
Oh, okay.
By the way. Just like...
Not an ideal situation.
Yeah, that's usually something you kind of sell if you haven't got too many stacks on, just because, you know, you then just go to your builds and it's all beautiful. But, you know, he's holding out hope. And to be fair, if we get some more Fountain Fiestas, maybe he can get some stacks
this
on that.
stings so much. Look at total gold.
Oh, geez.
Look at Blue and Zeitnot. Mid and bot laners for the TCL, unfortunately, second and third lowest total gold available. I mean, to be fair, right? They have been picked on. The game has been absolutely ridiculous. There hasn't been a huge amount of time. 28 minutes in, and Katarina's got 120 farm. Selfmade is going to find himself the solo kill, diving onto 2. After he got that mythic, has just now deleted TCL and melted their HP bars. Humanoid's going to jump in from behind. Going to try to chuck down that seismic shove. And so far it's a 1-for-2 trade. There's another one going down. The third member of the TCL has dropped. Humanoid's going to continue to chase. Flash forward, chilling smite, double kill for Humanoid. 47 on the cards as they turn their attention to the Nexus.
Bro, who'd you fountain dive now? You've got to wait 30 seconds before there's someone alive to fountain dive. I reckon they're going to do it, though. Wow. They're going to wait for 30 seconds until someone comes up. All right, this is what I want to see.
Oh, man, this is tough.
Blue, sit. We need Blue's player cam on, like...
keep looking at the player
like a pip, because he's coming up first. Oh, it's Armut,
they're
sorry.
flashing, yes!
Stopwatch!
The outplay. Oh, I wish Armut could have got some damage down. I wish. No, that would have been the coolest double kill.
That is rude.
LEC want to win through minions. They are looking for the winion play, as now Humanoid is going to get caught out by the deadly flourish. All smiles. Honestly, I'm just in love with Blue's play, like his player cam. He just keeps giggling and laughing, despite being 6 and 11 on this Katarina.
I just love it. I can't believe he bought a stopwatch so he could deny the Fiesta, the fountain dive. Like, it's just next level strats, mate. This is why these professional players, obviously, you could see it coming. He read the play.
The question is, how many times will the LEC int to the fountain? Could they theoretically die more to the fountain than to the enemy champions? Because I think at least 8 deaths have so far been like accrued to the fountain. We'll do the math after this. Maybe I'll do a quick stat segment on it later today.
I think, by the way, not to interrupt your beautiful quick stat in blue.
Yeah, I can tell how impassioned
germinating stats that they are. Zeitnot, Armut, sorry, did sell his mythic to buy that stopwatch. So he genuinely pawn shopped his.
I did not even notice that.
Yo, mate, this cost me 3.5k. What can you do? Best I can do is a stopwatch. All right, I'll take it.
It's a depreciating asset. Every item, not every, the majority of items in this game, there are very select few that are not depreciating assets. And for the children in the room, there's the headache, headbutt pulverize rather. Headache. It will be a headache for the TCL All-Stars. Ashe arrow comes in. A golden blue will not get caught out, but he will get dunked down there by Humanoid as Bwipo will continue the fight. Robin is going low, gets taken out once again. A dash away. Armut's going to be able to knock Bwipo to safety, and the burn from Robin takes him out. So 2 more deaths on the side of the LEC. And now they're going to try to chase down 40-second death timer for Robin. 30 seconds for Blue, Zeitnot, and Japone. Now, will the LEC actually look for the finish, or do they die to the fountain again? I'm going to bet a fountain dive is on the cards.
You think another fountain dive? Yes. I can't imagine why you would think such a thing. But maybe you're right, Trevor. Maybe you're right. I said predictions wouldn't be a thing in this game. I'm completely wrong.
Hunsama's going for the Nexus. This is unheard of tactics. Hunsama's looking for the win. The European representatives are looking for the first win of All-Star 2020 in the Underdog Uprising. The Nexus is down to 20%. The minions are doing the work. Here comes a Death Lotus from Blue. And the Winions finish it for Europe and the LEC.
Selfmade's the only one not happy the game's over. He wanted to bully the TCL.
Yo, Selfmade, I apologize about the flame in the early game, right? I give you that.
Bro, he was molded by flame. Let's be real. He was born in it.
Once that mythic was picked up, the shield bow, all of a sudden Selfmade learned how to play the game. The TCL may not have won over the LEC All-Star team, but they are still awarded that $10,000. The Greece and Turkey Earthquake Relief Fund, alongside another $10,000 for the LEC's Rainbow Teen Safe Space. I mean, it is actually exactly what I expected.
Yeah.
Even a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right? Like fun compositions, fun play styles, definitely like all in gameplay.
Yeah, I think, TCL were putting the LEC in the dirt a little bit, but they didn't know that the LEC were the schoolyard bullies with 3 older brothers. They're used to rolling around in the dirt and still getting up afterwards, and they did that with all those fountain dives.
The thing for us as well is like we didn't really know how ridiculous these games could be, right? So this was the taste test for us. This was how we tried to figure it out.